First on the program, however, we have a young man who had the fortunate opportunity to go to Denmark for a year and work with Lego. I mean, is there anybody out there who has never played with Lego? I mean, parents, grandparents, little kids, everybody has played with a set of Lego. Well, this guy got to go and work with them and spend a year in Denmark. His name is John Persson, and he's a student at the University of Manitoba. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
And we are surrounded by Lego. I said, bring a lot of stuff that you've got. Now, how did this come about? You saw something up in the university that said, hey, you know, do you want to go and...
Yeah, it was just a small piece of paper on the wall by our engineering office, and it said you could have this opportunity to work abroad if you applied for this program. So I sent away my application, and I got a list back several months later saying a list of 50 jobs that I could apply for. And on one of these jobs was this job at Lego for a year, and they were looking for a third-year student of mechanical engineering, and I was a third-year student, mechanical engineering, so
who could speak English?
Who could speak English, yes. And
that was one of the...
Well, they wanted someone who could speak either English or German. Mm-hmm. And I just sent away my application to them, and a few months later I got this package in the mail, and the first thing I pulled out was a sheet that said, "Welcome to Denmark." So
no kidding.
It was really
now, did you really think when you filled this out that, you know, like, oh, well, I'll just see, but probably, you know, there's thousands, and my chances are pretty slim?
I don't know. I had a good feeling that I was going to get this job.
You did. Good.
So I was really happy when it came for me.
Now, you saw Legoland on this, or the Lego company, and why did that kind of catch your attention?
Well, as a child, I played with Lego all the time. I never hardly watched television. I'd just come home right from school and play with Lego until I had to go to bed. So
really?
It's like something I grew up with.
So you were a Lego person's dream.
Oh, definitely. Well, I tell my friends that I think the reason I got into engineering in the first place was because I loved playing with Lego as a child.
Well, I was going to say that would kind of tie in, wouldn't it? Because it's a mechanical thing, and you're building things all the time, and you have to look at that in, I guess, a structural way, which,
exactly.
You know, right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what did they, when you went over there, they didn't pay your way there and back. I mean, you had to pay for yourself.
That's right.
And you also had to pay for your own accommodations.
Yes, but I was paid a trainee wage for working at Lego, which was approximately $1,400 a month after the Danish taxes. And
so they even taxed you, did they?
Oh, sure.
Oh, gee whiz.
Well, I was part of the Danish social system when I was there, which includes the medical health coverage and everything like that.
So you did get the benefits in case you did get sick or whatever. It was paid for.
Yes, and I could also travel in Europe with this.
With that. Okay,
yeah.
Now this is a map of Denmark. Of course, Denmark is a very small country, but he was right in the middle, whereas somewhere in here. I had my finger on it before.
Just about got it. It's right
there we go. And it was, what's it called?
It's called Billund.
Billund.
Yes.
And so that's where you stayed. You lived right across, apparently, from Legoland.
That's right.
Or the Lego building.
I lived in a dormitory that was built by Lego for single people that were working in the company. And I've got a room there, and I was right across the street from the Lego production plant where I was working, and on the other side was the Legoland Park, which is the second largest tourist attraction in Denmark.
Well, let's take a look at some of these pictures that you brought along, because you've got lots of stuff to show you. Now, here's, I guess, one of the biggest Lego bricks in the world, isn't it? And this is outside the building. And where is this exactly?
They just put this up this year, these large Lego bricks as advertising to let you know you've come to Billund and this is the home of Lego.
And so it's when you get the picture.
Yeah, when you're coming in to the town, there's these massive bricks on either side of the road.
Right. I mean, is Billund basically Legoland? I mean, everybody that works there?
Basically, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
The whole town was built from Lego. Well,
and you said
not necessarily.
Not this car. This is the Lego car, but it is a real car, and it's built with steel and the rest of it, right? I mean, there is a limit to what Lego can do.
Just to show you some of what the company has available.
Okay, now this is the entrance to Legoland?
Yes, the Legoland theme park, which is a park based on small models of towns around Scandinavia.
Now we're
built of Lego.
Yeah, we're going to show you some of those in a moment. We don't have these in any order. This is John
this
and a
is
few
some
of
of my friends I lived with, and one night one of the things that happens at Lego is they give out their new sets to different people, and they get a chance to do a test building before it's released to the market.
See if the engineers can do it.
Right. And one of my friends brought over his set that he got to do a test build, so we all had a discussion and built the set together, and It was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun, sure.
Yeah.
Now this is showing, this is in this part of the museum part?
Yeah, they have a museum called Lego Center, and it documents the history of Lego from its beginnings. And this shows some of the original sets. Maybe some people will remember seeing these sets under their Christmas tree. But
So I'm dropping a picture
no,
here.
no problem.
I'll pick that up. This is
Okay.
this is the archives? is
Yes,
it?
they have an archives of every set that was released in a certain year. And this picture of the spaceship that you can see here was one of my favorite sets I remember having,
right
and I
there?
found it in the archives, so I had to take
Wow.
a picture of it. Here's a picture of the archives, and you can see these display cases in the
Just
front.
goes on and on and on.
In the front, the display cases show you what parts were produced that year, and if there were any new parts, it would be included in this display case.
Now we're just seeing a little part of here. Is this museum huge?
It is pretty huge.
Because it's 50 years old, isn't it, Lego?
Yeah, actually, it's 65 years old now.
65 years old, wow.
But they've only been producing plastic toys since the beginning of 1950. You can see
okay.
here I'm in the original Lego Toy Museum, and this is a wooden toy created by Lego. That was originally, their business was a carpenter business, and the original owner, Ola, he built wooden toys, and he'd take them from door to door and sell them to the people around the area where he lived.
Did they call these Lego?
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Actually, there's an interesting story about the name Lego. It's two Danish words brought together, and it's the first word is laya, and the second word is godt, which means play well.
Oh,
But it was interesting because they later found out that Lego is a Latin word, which means I build, I create. So it was really
isn't
a
that
prophetic kind of
amazing?
name.
Yes, it was. Yeah, for sure. Now this again looks like part of the museum.
Yeah, this is a display of the new line that they were releasing in 1996, the Time Cruisers, Aquanauts, and Space.
Wow, that's neat. And here again, just
Just the wall
rows
of
and
fame.
rows and walls and of Lego. I mean, did you eat, sleep, drink, dream Lego?
Yeah,
when
you
were
just start
there?
dreaming about blocks all over the place.
Okay, now let's take a look. Oh, there's one picture here. We'll just show you, John, sitting
This
at your
is-
desk here. This is you.
This
at your
is really
desk,
what
eh?
I was doing.
This is what you did. You had to work. You came up with
Yeah.
ideas, and you were actually doing something useful.
I was an engineer in the processing department, which is where they are producing or decorating the Lego elements.
Now we have in front, and maybe Dwight can get a shot and he can pan these little people that we have. You were instrumental in doing something with these little figures. Is that right?
Yeah, the Lego is basically divided into 3 production areas. First is the molding, which is of course making the product, and the second is the processing department, and the third is the packaging department. But in the processing department, anything that needs to be decorated, like these small men you see, or pre-assembled, the monkey, for example, they have to come to the production department as loose parts, and then the machines there put them together. And I was working as an engineer, trying to
Oh,
develop
gee.
ways to make the machines work faster, or the operators to work more efficiently.
So
on the
are
machines.
all of those put together by machines,
Yes.
not manually?
Some things are put together by hand, but it's mostly done
Well, I mean, when
by
there's
machine.
thousands and thousands of them, of course,
Yeah.
the machines would have to be redesigned every year because the people change, even if it's a minute change, right?
No, actually, most of the parts are pretty standardized, and
Oh, are
then
they?
maybe, for example, one of the parts has a new hat that needs to be put on. They'll just
Okay.
design a new addition to the machine that will,
Oh, okay. So
and that might be something our
like this
department
lady's,
would do.
this little girl's hair, for instance. You know, she might have a new hairdo next year, right? And you just have to kind of
Yeah, exactly.
change the head or whatever. That's kind of neat. Now, the interesting thing about the Lego bricks, now I'm going to hold up a picture because the original Lego brick was hollow. And if you can zero in on this little picture right here, this was the original, was it?
Yeah, originally, when they first started producing the plastic parts in 1949, they built these Lego bricks like this. They were hollow, but they found they didn't attach very well. So the main thing that's selling Lego, and their patent, is the connection system that the owner came up with.
Okay,
And,
I'm going to show that.
I brought
now.
some
Yeah,
bricks
I'll-
today so you could see.
Okay, so here is the patented Lego brick, and of course everybody that knows Lego knows this is how it works. Now, other companies, there's all kinds of companies out there that have tried to make a similar brick
Yes,
to Lego, but they can't do this.
that's the patented part,
they
is
can't.
the connection
It's prohibited
system.
from doing exactly that.
That's right.
And it's a special plastic too, isn't it? I mean, it's
No, it's a pretty
no,
standard
just-
plastic.
Just pretty standard
Yeah.
plastic. Is there any figures on the number of parts that are produced every year? Do they come out like 6 zillion pieces of Lego?
Well,
or
I think that my favorite figure is about these minifigures that they produce at Lego, because they produced enough in 1994 was the year I heard about. They produced enough minifigures that you could line them up shoulder to shoulder, much like they are sitting on the table here.
Right.
And they would stretch over 3,000 kilometers. That's from the tip of Denmark to the southern tip of Spain.
Oh my goodness.
And
And that's
so-
just the little people.
And that was just the 1 year.
And that's just the people.
Yeah, that's just the
That
people,
has nothing
not
to
the
do
parts.
with the bricks and the parts and whatnot.
No.
Okay, where's our pictures that we had on, what did I do with them? Oh, here, we got to look at Legoland. Let's take a look at this.
Oh yeah, this is Legoland
Because this
Park.
is Legoland, and everything here is pretty well made of Lego bricks.
Yes.
And this is phenomenal.
They're scale models of...
Scale models of towns.
Yeah, and this is the Danish Royal Castle in Copenhagen. It's a model of it. And just some of the towns around Europe, they like to focus on Denmark and
Now,
Scandinavia.
can you walk around there, or is that you
No,
view
they're sectioned off.
that? Okay, okay. Oops. Oh, that looks like a canal.
Yeah, it's a picture from a famous part of Copenhagen.
Canal. Oops, which way am I doing? Okay, here is an over a train.
Yeah, some of the rides also. They have a few rides there also, but it was originally started to show off their models of
Yes.
the towns.
So there's a castle, and you can see a lake.
Yeah, this is a ride that you go through. It's the Lego Pirate Ride, and it
Oh,
goes
yeah?
inside a tunnel, and then there's these huge models inside of just different pirate kind of panorama scenes.
Right, right.
Interesting
This
place.
is very neat,
It's
too.
a model
Very-
of Germany.
Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful.
And
these
some
are all,
close-ups, you
these
can't
are
even
all
tell.
Lego.
Yeah, if it
Oh,
wasn't
yeah, I
for
had to
that
ask you.
funny-looking
I looked,
cow
I
in the
said, this,
front,
that
you
is not
probably-
real, you know.
No.
That's gorgeous. And
And
that's all Lego.
That's all Lego.
Oh,
They have a special group of people that are just designing these models all year round.
and I guess making additions to the park
Yeah.
as well.
And this is a picture from a model of Amsterdam, or around Holland, I'm
Holland.
sorry.
Oh, those are great pictures. And of course, we just
It's really
picked out a few
interesting.
because there's so
Oh, yeah.
many. But some of the ones that you've brought along, are there any specific things that you wanted to say about any of these, or these are just some of the parts?
I just wanted to show you what Lego offers in their product lines. They have the 3 product lines. One is Duplo for small children, and that's this airplane here.
Right.
And then they have the Lego System, which is where I was working in Denmark, and that covers Lego Town, the Aquanauts, the Lego Space,
Right.
and Time Cruisers, whatever new sets they have out.
Well,
and
John-
Technique is the final set.
And this
This is
that
a
kind.
more advanced sets.
The more advanced with all the complicated
moving
things on it,
gears
yes.
and things like that.
Well, you know, we've run out of time, John, and I knew we would because there's so much to show, but I think it's given people an idea of what kind of experiences you had.
Mm-hmm.
And so are you planning on going into the Lego business when you graduate, or?
Oh, I don't know quite what I'm going to be doing next year. But, well, I want to thank you for having me on your show today, and I'd like to give you this Lego set as a memento.
Oh, way to go. Okay, this is great. Hey,
So-
you think I can handle this one, eh?
I think so.
I hope so. Okay, well, John, it was really nice meeting you, and best of luck for your future.
Thank you very much.
All right.